Okay, what's awaiting me in the shopping cart here? Ooh, catalytic converter. That's worth about $100. $140. That right there made my day. You'd have to, I have to work like 3 days at Foot Locker for that. I have to work a whole week. That's a whole week there at Foot Locker. Right there. Should I just tell them to take this job and shove it? That's a whole week sitting there. Yeah, that's what I call winning. Winning. Man, that guy would be a gazillionaire. Beeper inside garage. He just has to cut all the catalytic converters off his cars. Shopping cart type action complete. All right, what are the chances? Okay, that house has got some air conditioning stuff in front of it. There's no AC truck here or anything like that. They probably left their job, so let's go ring the bell and see what happens. Probably get shot down. Or they'll come running out like I'm gonna go and grab some of it. I mean, there's a whole trove of stuff. Air conditioner, copper pile, all kinds of goodies. Hi, I'm a scrapper. Can I take that stuff or?
You have to ask the guys.
Oh.
They just went to lunch. They'll be back.
Okay, what, like in a half an hour or something?
Yeah, give them a half hour.
All right, I'll come back.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See, that's the other part of the problem is that junk came from the homeowner's property, right? But it belongs to the homeowner still. It's his property. But the AC guys a lot of them scrap the material themselves. So they buffalo the customer into believing that stuff belongs to the AC company now and not them, but that's not true. You as the homeowner are free to give it away to whoever you want to. But we'll see. Looks like a trove of stuff, possibly worth a couple $100. Okay, scores. Except I did not get the copper. I even offered to take the pile of trash that they had. And I offered them $10 on top of that for the copper, but they said no. No copper. We do our own copper. I'm like, okay. fair enough. So it's like $50 for the copper in my guesstimation. I still got the scraps. I got the A coil. What else did I get? I got the AC unit. And some other scrappity bits. So that's probably about another $1.50 in total, $150 worth of scraps material, maybe $100 if I'm overestimating, maybe $100 worth. So with the catalytic converter, that's about $1.50, $150 plus this minimum. It's about $100 plus the other scraps that I found earlier, the water heaters. It's a $300 day right there, as you see in this video, in real time almost. Not some fake made up story. A lot of bloviating and blustering. I'm the best! I'm not the best, but with a little bit of effort, not a whole heck of a lot, you could eke out a $300 day without breaking a sweat too much. I mean, if you want to go like all balls out, you know, you might have in my area, a $500 day. I know in other areas there's other YouTuber scrapper people claiming they're making a $1,000 day. Like there's this one channel in Canada, $1,000 day scrapping. Yeah. All right, maybe with that funny money in Canada, $1,000. It looks like play money, you know, it's like all colorful and stuff. It's made out of plastic. Maybe that stuff. And even that, I doubt it. I'd say $1,000 day of Monopoly money. Which my sister was claiming that, you know, like, she's like, oh, the way we used to play Monopoly was completely wrong. I'm like, how? She's like, the property, there's a rule in the board game where the property gets auctioned by the bank or something like that. And if you land on it and nobody owns it, it's up for auction. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a speed play type of rule thing, like, you know, to speed up the pace of the game. Because board games in general are meant to last anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. Sort of like TV game shows. Lasting anywhere from like 15, 20 minutes to about 1 hour. Or like the long ones. I mean, you can make a board game last as long as you want. You know, with the exception of maybe like chess. Chess could take minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years even. Just think of Putin. He thinks he's playing chess, but he's fighting a war using like 1496 wartime tactics. Just keep throwing bodies into the battlefield. It's actually, in a way, it's kind of smart. I mean, it's dumb. I mean, you end up getting a lot of your own wiped out. But if you have a real lot of your own and you think they're disposable, Well, you just keep feeding them into the war, and like the Ukrainians are saying, they're actually getting kind of tired because it's like shooting zombies. You shoot one, and then there's another one right behind it, coming at you with a rifle. So you could have the best trained military in the world fighting the Russians, and the way they go about doing it is just throwing one after another after another after another into the war. What's this thing right here? How I can't talk again. It's a Jeep thing. Ooh, that right there might kill the video there, because it's music. What is that thing? Alright, I'm gonna have to shut this off. And I got it loaded on there, but I had to cut the video out because of that. All the music, if it's too long, or if it's audioable enough, you can't have it. Well, whatever. It's stuff happening outside, and you don't have the complete control over their environment entirely. Watch those guys. They'll run right into you. 0 F's given. That's the funny thing about, life up here in the north. Dude's washing his Jeep and it's 35 freaking degrees out, and, well, for wintertime, that's the equivalent of a 80-degree day in the summertime. 35 degrees at the end of the year. New Year's Eve. I'm not stuttering. New Year's Eve. What day is it? New Year's Eve. What? Huh? Ooh. Yeah. 35 degrees. That's, wash your car type weather action. Drive time type action. On this channel. Anyway. Anything but like the side streets around here is like, wow, the traffic. Suddenly, like in the past, I don't know, hour or two, I know you don't know what hour it is. It's approximately 1:30. And, yeah, suddenly in the past hour or so, the roads have gotten super busy. It being Friday, people are busting out of work early for the New Year. Woo! Happy New Year! Happy Less Liberty Day. Oh, yeah, actually, in Illinois, 180 new laws come into effect January 1st. 180 new laws. So that means we here in America, or at least in Illinois, have less freedom in a couple of days. We have more freedom today than we will on Sunday morning at 12 midnight. Each new year is Less Liberty Day. And people are like, Happy New Year! I'm like, oh, well, there's new laws now. There's like less stuff that you can do that was legal before. And I'm mentioning that to my brother that's a cop. He's like, oh. He's like, yeah, but how many of them are really going to be enforced? Look, see, there's another guy washing his rides. Oh! In Germany, you can't do that. You cannot wash your own car in Germany in your driveway. As far as I know, you can still do that in England and Ireland, but Scotland and Wales, but you can't wash your own car on your own property in Germany. Here I am belly aching about new laws and stuff. Can you imagine that? Not being able. The claim is. Hello. I'm sorry, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The claim is that, I don't know, it puts pollution into the ground. Really? The car's dirty already, okay? And when it rains, whatever dirt and grease supposedly that are on the car are getting washed off on the street anyway. It's like, come back at me with a better argument. Yeah, you have to bring your car to a car wash if you want to wash your car. You cannot wash. And I'm sure there's plenty of Karens over there in Germany that will like report you peeking out the window, looking at what the neighbor is doing. What are you doing? Oh, you're washing your car. I'm going to call the authorities. How is their local system of government set up? Is it set up kind of like England, where they have councils, town councils, sort of like America, where we have like villages and precincts and neighborhoods? Look at that Corvette. They have local councils. I'm not sure what Germany's division setup is, but yeah, you can't wash your own car. I actually think that this basketball hoop right here is scrap, because I had a note stuck on it a while ago, and I was going to come back with the Sawzall. I got a couple battery powered ones, but I was preferring to use the corded one with an inverter, because that particular hoop looks like the steel is pretty solid. Just because you're FedEx means you can drive illegally, you can park on the wrong side of the road without being harassed by the popo? I guess so. Let me try and do that. I don't know, kids. I'm not fighting. I was fighting stuff, and then maybe this neighborhood's already been hit. It's not garbage day, but it's kind of nice out. It's the new year, and people are trashing all of their old stuff. Whatever they haven't gotten rid of by Christmas time, they're like pitching now. I got some other stuff to do, so I don't know. Maybe later on I'll unload my truck. Later on really doesn't mean in a video, because there really is no later on. There's no, in a YouTube video, it's pretty hard to actually convey a passage of time. Like, this was 2 hours. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Some people can do that. Some creators can convey passage of time much better than I can. That's an art to be able to do that. Oh, I think I got a green light here. Oh no, I got a red light. Some people got an arrow. And remember, ring that bell.